Start things off with Owen Ropes, the Wooster junior quarterback, 22 of 30, 206 yards and 2 touchdowns, but none more important than the game-winning dime that he threw into the corner of the end zone as Wooster upends Mansfield senior 18-17. Also had 11 carries, 36 yards, but just the poise that he had, the confidence there at the end of the game, very worthy of this list.
I'm just impressed with area quarterbacks in general. The quarterback position has grown so much, and to be able to see this junior do what he does, very steady. He's kind of like the Wooster equivalent to Cam Todd, just very steady, under control, runs the ball well, makes very good decisions. It was kind of nice branching outside of Richland County and being able to go to Wayne County to see that, because he definitely deserves this recognition this week, because I thought that his running was timely, and I thought that he made every pass that had to be made at a situation in the game where it had to be made or the game could potentially be over.
And the Generals get a share of the OCC crown with the victory. Shaun Thomas from Lima Central Catholic, junior running back, did everything last night. 18 carries, 316 yards, that's pretty efficient. 4 touchdowns on the ground. Also caught 4 balls for 113 yards and 2 more scores. If you total it all up, gentlemen, that's 429 scrimmage yards. I think that's the most I've ever heard by one human on this planet. Crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting to have that type of night, but one thing that brings all that together is speed. And when you can run faster than most people on the field, you got an opportunity to have big games. And you put that together with some tremendous ball skills, which he showed in a lot of the highlights, you're going to have big nights like that. But still, that is very impressive to see.
Big catches, big runs all night, and because of that speed, it kills Effie, that's what they say. Thunderbirds beat Shelby 55-41. Isaiah Alsip, the Galion senior wide receiver / defensive back, 11 catches, 181 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also toted the rock 7 times for 59 yards as the Tigers beat Ontario 42-20. He's just their best athlete. They can put him kind of anywhere on offense, and it's scary. They line him at quarterback sometimes in the Wildcat.
Yeah, I mean, he's a top 5 athlete in the area. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if Galion wants to win football games, he has to touch the ball a bunch. And what you're seeing is receivers, it's not good enough just to be a receiver. You have to affect the game on special teams. You have to affect the game in the backfield. It is the responsibility of the coaches to make sure that the ball is being touched consistently by your best players. And Isaiah Alsip, if he's not touching the ball, shame on the coaches. But I know Coach Dick and his staff is making sure that he touches the ball 20-25 times a game.
Yeah, he got his touches last night, had a big performance in a win against Ontario. Mitch Halman back on the list, the Ashland senior quarterback, 30 of 44, threw it a bunch last night, 286 yards, 3 touchdowns. Also doing some damage on the ground, 11 carries, 56 yards, and 2 more scores as the Arrows beat Lexington 35-10. Efficiency, Effie, he did it. He did have 1 interception. I know you don't like that from the quarterback spot, but did pretty much everything else well.
No, I like Mitch. I like his progression over the year has been really good, and he's one that doesn't force much. He does well with getting the ball to his playmakers, and he does well protecting the football most of the time, and he runs well. So he's right in that mold of Ashland QBs.
And the Arrows staying in the OCC conversation, if they can get a couple more wins, can also get a piece of the conference pie. Finally, we've got Carson Hager, the Lucas senior wide receiver, defensive back, kick returner, punt returner. He's one of those guys. He does absolutely everything for the Cubs. He had 4 touchdowns last night in 3 different ways, 2 of them of the receiving variety. And I don't know if they officially keep this statistic for the OHSAA, but I think he has 4 touchdown kick returns to start the second half this season. It is just crazy, just the vibe, the energy that he brings to the team. He does everything.
Yeah, when you think about, in baseball and softball, they talk about a 5-tool player. That's what he is for them. He's a Swiss Army knife, so he does everything for them, offense, defense, special teams. And he wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, if you were to talk to him, he wants to be on the field making plays every single night. To put that kid on the sideline would be a waste of his talent. And the great thing was with small school football, he gets to take every snap. I bet at the end of every night, he's probably got between 150 and 175 snaps, and he could probably take another 20 or 30 snaps.
Oh, to be a high school kid again. Cubs beat Fisher Catholic 55-21. Lucas off to a 7-1 start.